Hi, Mitch Kaufman here from Town Food Service Equipment Company in New York. I'd like to thank you for your purchase of the RiceMaster gas rice cooking unit that we supply, the RM-55, as seen here in its disassembled stage. I'd like to take the opportunity to discuss some of the features, the benefits, and the care and the usage to help you with your daily life with this unit. Now, it's critical to know that this is a gas appliance and it's made for the cooking line and must be under a hood. So now at this point, let me explain to you some of the features and the benefits of the gas rice cooker. Now, it does come with a regulator that must be installed on the outside of the unit. This is a 6-inch water column regulator, and again, should only be installed by a certified gas plumber. This is the base, which houses the pilot light, the burner system, many small parts that make up for the operation in the unit. There is a stainless steel cover which keeps debris from falling into the inner workings here, but in case you want this to be cleaned in the dishwasher, it's very simple. It has 3 screws, 1, 2, 3, and it could easily be unscrewed and placed in the dishwasher. However, please remember that if you should remove this portion of the base, it needs to be seated exactly correctly, because if it's out of balance, it will create the rest of the unit to be out of balance and it won't cook the rice properly. So this is the base unit. On top of the base is what we call a shroud, and this is easily removable unto itself. As you can see here, you line up the holes and you give a clockwise turn and it locks in place. When you want to clean it, you give it a twist counterclockwise, you lift that up, and it goes right into the dishwasher. So this is an excellent feature for cleaning purposes. Inside the shroud is the cast aluminum rice pot. This is where your rice is going to go, and it sits right there. Now, if it should be askew or sitting uneven as such, you might want to check the assembly to make sure that the stainless steel cover on the base is sitting correctly and the shroud is sitting correctly. So now that the rice pot is in place, we are about ready to start the operation. Your certified gas plumber should check for leaks to make sure that your system is going to operate correctly. At this point, I'd like to show you the stainless steel cover, which goes on top, prevents some spillage, overflow. It also keeps the steam in the pot to help you cook the rice. So now we're ready to cook. So once everything has been installed, we're ready to turn on the gas valve right here, as such, which will allow the gas to flow into the system. Once that's done, we have 2 buttons here. The number 1 button, which creates the pilot light, and the number 2 button, which will ignite the burner from the pilot light. To ignite the pilot light, this might take more than 1 try, might be 2 tries. If so, we need to press it and look through the window to make sure there indeed is a pilot light. If not, we lift up this red safety button and try that again. It's very important that you understand that the number 2 button never gets depressed unless we have a pilot light. So again, if we have to try that again, the number 1 button gets depressed. We look for that pilot. Once that pilot is on through that little window, we are now ready to ignite the burner from that pilot, and now this system is operating properly. Now, it will take an average pot of rice about 18 to 30 minutes to cook, depending on the recipe and the type of rice that you use. It's also important for you to remember that once the rice is cooked and this number 2 button pops up, that the rice cures for another 10 to 15 minutes so that the remaining moisture is evaporated. Now let's do some in-house troubleshooting. There might be a situation down the road where the unit is shutting off prematurely and not cooking the rice. Typically, that's the stem assembly right here, located in the center of the machine, and it can easily be changed by the use of a Phillips screwdriver, 2 screws right there. You can remove the stem and place in another stem. There might be another situation where, conversely, the unit is burning the rice, and that's typically attributed to the sensor, this bimetallic sensor. Now, the way to change the sensor is by turning the rice pot upside down, having a flat tip butter knife or a flat tip screwdriver, and locating the indentation points of this horseshoe retaining clip and popping out this clip right here and keeping your hand over it so the clip doesn't fly away. It does have some spring action to it. You pop out the old clip and the sensor. You might want to clean that off, dry it off. Sometimes it gets greased and fouled and it has a problem reading. And now you're ready to apply a new sensor. Putting in the new one here, squeezing that clip, finding those indentation points, and pushing that right back in with a screwdriver. Now, if the case is that you're going through a lot of these sensors here and that you are constantly having to change them, it might be an issue of how you're cleaning the unit. So it's important that maybe you want to remove the sensor while you have this in the dishwashing section, and making sure it's clean and dry and free of grease, because this sensor needs to be free of debris so it can read the temperature properly. So I do thank you for watching this video. I hope that these tips help you, and if you need any further help, please give us a call at Town Food Service, 1-800-221-5032. We'll be happy to help you. Thank you.